All right, you may have noticed last week that Ephesians took a turn. Things started being different. Talked about how we walk, how we interact, how we work together. It went from being fully about the glory of God to then asking the question, how does that impact my life? And so as we look at Ephesians chapter 4:25 through 31 this week, it says, walk this way, therefore putting away lying, speaking the truth, each one to his neighbor, because we are members of one another. Be angry and do not sin. One of the things that I've noticed in working in any community is there's people who have vibrant lives, but there's also people who are absolutely wrecked with the history of the past. There's families that cannot relate to other families because of sin in the past that neither family even still remembers. We look at this and say, hey, I'm a Christian, but at the same time are unable to live out the glory of God, the love of God, the fellowship of God because of bitterness from our past. So when we look at this, it says, speak the truth, each one to his neighbor. Be angry and do not sin. It's laying out this idea of how do we love, how do we live, how do we stand in truth. It goes on and shares many other aspects of how we're to live, how we're to apply these things. And we'll be talking about these on a Sunday morning and walking through what they mean. But today what I want to do is instead say, how are the traditions of my life? How are the traditions of my family? How are the traditions that I've held to as far as bitterness or hurt? How are those when we line them up with the Word of God? Am I able to trust the Lord, forgive, and walk through these kind of things? So we look and say, speak the truth, each one to his neighbor. It's time for us to let go of lies. Let go of perceptions that are inaccurate and instead say, I'm going to run after the Lord. And then it says, be angry and do not sin. When we look at these ideas, we can allow our own defensive mechanisms to raise up anger and frustration. Or we can say, no, I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to stand for what is truth. And I'm going to walk in a way that can restore peace.